Don't miss any of the action at Oceanside, Chula Vista, Torrey Pines, and many more San Diego schools. Download the free UT Preps app on Google Play or the Apple App Store.
Welcome inside Canyonside Baseball and Softball Academy. Tommy, David, and Christian here for the San Diego Prep Insider podcast. We're going to give you a top 10 today. We're going to give you some game balls for some guys who did well last week. We're going to talk about some fair or foul. Our favorite segment by far. Start a little conversation going about some of the
people love it. People love it.
And then we're going to bring you the top outfielders in San Diego. But first, like we just talked about, the top 10, and I've got it for us. Our number, we're starting with number 10 to build some suspense.
Oh,
right? That's
a little drum roll?
Yeah, we had a little drum roll, please. Number 10, we got Helix. 9, Grossmont. 8, La Jolla Country Day. 7, Parker. They're new in the top 10 and they're up there. Another team that's new in the top 10 and up there. Carlsbad had a good week. Torrey Pines at number 5. RB formerly at number 1, down to number 4 after the loss to Bonita Vista, but I think they'll find a way back up throughout the course of the season. Number 3, Cathedral. Number 2, Saints. And LCC at number 1. Christian, I know you saw them play LCAP and they really impressed you, didn't they?
I was blown away. 10-0 against a top 10 team is, this might sound stupid, but it's infinitely bigger than 10-1. Holding them to that 0 is a big statement to make early in the season.
It's a big deal. So now we got to get to our game balls. We talked about last week a little bit. Now we're going to really break down last week. David, who are some guys you want to mention from last week?
The boys over at La Jolla are really hitting right now. Dane Hansen, junior at La Jolla. He's 8 for 12, 7 RBIs in 4 games. Hitting a whopping 435 as a team over there.
Numbers. They look so nice.
435 as a team. Pretty crazy. Over at Canyon Crest, AJ Nicini, or they call him Arjun. He's a sophomore.
Nice
7 RBIs in 4 games, 462 average. He's hitting in the 3-hole, really doing a good job for them. Murphy Stelly, Santa Fe Christian, 7 for 14. What I hear is the team captain just really doing a good job leading everyone. I'm going to throw out 3 guys at Grossmont that are really leading the way: Calvin Ferris, Adam Lopez, and Evan McCarthy. These guys got up 40 hits in 4 games, so these guys are really tearing it up.
Calvin Ferris, the DJ? No, different guy. All right, sorry.
Different guy.
He's still dropping the hits, though. He's still dropping the hits.
Yeah, he may not be a DJ, but he said he is hitting home runs.
Last game ball, Evan Troush, senior over at first base. Torrey Pines went 3 for 3 versus San Pasquale. Good luck to you the rest of the season, man.
Christian, who do you got?
I got a pair of game balls. I want to give one out to the entire La Jolla Country Day pitching staff for holding Madison to 1 run in their win last week. We had all selected Madison to win league, and Country Day coming in, holding them to 1 run. Very impressive early in the season. That's a big statement win for them. That'll set the Tories up nicely.
Definitely.
And then my other game ball goes to Griffin Teicher. I hope I'm saying that name right. He's an outfielder from La Costa Canyon. He put up the web gem of the month, early the year, season, and I did not give him credit for it against LCAP, and I apologize, Griffin, and we're going to show your highlight on repeat for like 20 minutes right now, just so that everybody in the county can know that that was you rocking the lettuce flow like a champion out there and left, helping your pitcher out. So big game ball to Griffin, and as I said, LCC, that was an impressive win. I have not been that blown away since a team in a while. They looked postseason ready for 4 games in.
I mean, I guess a lot of good seniors and a lot of leadership, but yeah, lettuce is the most important part of baseball. I think you had some nice lettuce back in the day.
Oh, well, I've been the victim of some good flow, man.
Moving on to our fair or foul. I would say the lettuce is fair, though. First thing we're going to talk about, Dave, we'll start with you. Fair or foul, coaches should give the younger kids an opportunity over the older guys if the older guys are not performing.
Yeah, definitely. You know, when I was in high school, I got the experience to start as a freshman, and it was really helpful. Get a lot of game experience, you know, especially when some of these older guys are scuffling. You give them a chance to grow and get these guys some game experience. It's priceless at the freshman and sophomore days especially. So, you know, I'm thinking that I'm going to say fair on this one, you know, and really go for the young guys getting games. One group of guys that Cathedral really has a lot of young guys. I got 4 2018s starting right now. So, I mean, you're going to see teams like that within the next 2 years really stay strong and stay competitive because they're getting their young guys some playing time. So,
Christian, what do you think?
I'm going to say fair for the opposite reason that you did, because I was the senior that got out of the way to let the young guns come in and win us some games. So yeah, sometimes you do have to get out of the way. It's a big gamble sometimes. You know, you can see a kid in practice in winter ball hitting it to the fence, throwing hard, making nice defensive plays, but you never know how that kid's mentally going to actually hold up when you throw him into the fire. So it can be a gamble as a coach sometimes to say, hey, kid who we don't really know yet what you're capable of, take the reins, you're going to start at shortstop. But ultimately, I think it's a gamble that pays off. And it can, as you said, with Cathedral, having those 2018s already in the starting lineup can pay off right now with they're your best option, but also in 2 years with, wow, they have not only been our best option for 2 years, but they keep getting better. They keep pushing themselves because we've set the precedent that we're not above benching a senior. So they have that fire under them for the rest of their time. So I will agree with it. I will say that it can be a slippery slope of you don't want to fall in love with freshman sensations. You don't want to be that coach that's always looking for that new element to reinvigorate your team and you'll find something that changes it. But I'll say fair. I'll go with it.
Yeah, I'll go with you. You just play the best guys, period. I wouldn't even worry about how old they are. Just go with those players, just throw them out there. And our second fair foul, Christian, we'll start with you this time. Small ball is important in high school baseball.
It's a necessity.
It's a necessity.
Small ball at all levels of baseball is a necessity, but at high school level especially. You look at a lot of these lineups throughout the county, and they're incomplete lineups. They're not a 1 through 9 can hurt you in every single way. So I, as a coach, would be approaching this saying, let's steal, let's bunt, let's, take until we get a strike. If there's a guy on third and less than 2 outs, let's look at hitting it the opposite way. Anything I'm doing to manufacture 1 run, I'm going to do.
What do you think, Dave?
I'm more on the side of not giving away too many outs in the game. I prefer giving away outs for runs. So for instance, a bunt squeeze, where we get an out for a run. I'd like to teach my guys to be more situational, hit and run, hit the ball to the outfield when there's a runner on third. Kind of, making outs, but more productive outs. And, we're still going to bunt, but I feel like I'm definitely wanting guys to swing the bat a little more often than give away outs. And maybe throw in a squeeze this year. Hopefully the Padres do that.
Oh, I love the squeeze.
I'm hoping the new coach throws it in there and you get to see a little bit of that.
Eric Owens stealing home from back in the day.
Exactly.
That reference might be too old for some of our viewers.
and I just want to bring up an interesting thing is you talk about not giving away outs. And that can be a tough part of playing small ball is telling a kid, hey, this is nothing to do against you as a hitter, but I need you to bunt right now. And I'm sorry that's going to take you from going 3 for 4 today down to 1 for 3 today you got out bunting. But the team needs you to get that guy over, and that can be a huge hurdle to get past on some kids because that can undermine a kid's confidence in a game. That can cause some frustration in the lineup. So it is a fine line to walk. But I'm going to go more on the absolute side of it because I need runs.
All right.
I say swing for the fences.
You say swing for the fences?
Yeah, I mean, come on. It's realistically, the success of a bunt, not guaranteed. So I like the situation and the idea, just poking to the right side, trying to get the guy over to second.
So you're abandoning small ball. You're not down there at third throwing really any sort of signs.
I will say this, stealing, go ahead and steal, go ahead and run. But bunting, come on.
Okay. Okay.
But bunt to get a hit.
We can tell in the realm of this that it went really good at offense, pretty good at offense, couldn't hit to save his life.
Poor guy was always told to bunt. All right, so moving on to some kids who probably never have to bunt because they're the best hitters in the lineup. We're going to talk about the best outfielders in San Diego. Dave, who do you have?
All right, my first picks, there's a duo out at the St. Augustine Saints, Dante Gutierrez and Cyrus Fullen. These guys are both in the outfield, pretty incredible to have 2 really good outfielders. Dante is committed to USD. Cyrus is committed to STSU. You don't see that a lot of times. 2 guys in the outfield, Roman. I've got Calvin Mitchell and Tora Otsuka holding down the outfield at RB. These guys are starting to get hot, starting to swing the bat a little better, so you'll start to hear these guys at the plate a little more. I got Jacob Allred at Cathedral. He's the sophomore that I was talking about, one of the 2018s. He's an Arizona commit. He could possibly steal 30 bags this year. He is super fast.
That's the small ball you want to be playing.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you got someone stealing 30 bags.
They got his eye on him over there because of that. I mean, that's what Arizona's trying to do. They're trying to look for guys that are super fast. And last guy I'll throw out there is Avery Tuck at Steel Canyon. He's a scout's dream. He's really got the body of a major leaguer already. You'll be hearing his name a lot the more he keeps playing some baseball.
Christian,
That's good.
thank you, I appreciate that. I got another guy, Mickey Muniak, obviously. Kyle Stower's out there at Christian, good player, going to Stanford next year. And Matt, I'm going to butcher the name, so just be easy on me. Matt Orlina, who's going to Utah next year, currently at Vista, good player, kind of up there in North County. Maybe he hasn't been seen as much, but he's a very good outfielder.
That's something you get a lot of. You get a lot of hidden gems, especially in the outfield. You'll get a guy who has the potential to run any ball down, but sometimes just the pitcher throws a lot of ground balls, or the pitcher gets a lot of strikeouts, and there's a lot of people who really are top-notch outfielders that we just don't know about until the last second when they're saving a ball in the cap to bring home a title or something like that. So very impressed to watch all these kids. But if you think that there are more outfielders out there, send us your web gems. We want to see you guys diving for balls.
Definitely.
And that'll give us another opportunity to bring up Griffin from LCC. We'll roll the tape on that one. Let that go. Again, I'm sorry for that.
Hey, we make our mistakes here, so I'm sure next week when Matt tweets at us that I mispronounced his name, we will be showing Matt highlights from Vista.
If you're going to also correct us on names, please send us phonetic spellings.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it helps a lot. Anyway, we'll see you guys next week, and Griffin, I hope you enjoyed your episode.